everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial, and today we are once again painting Cities of Sigmar. Yes, we are painting the Greywater Fastness Freeguild Steelhelm, and this was sent to me earlier as part of the Cities of Sigmar army box by Games Workshop, so a massive thank you to them for sending this, and we are now kicking off the rest of the Great Cities colour schemes that we're going to be doing. And we're just going to jump in and we're going to start painting this individual. They've been primed in Grey Seer, as have all of the Cities of Sigmar. And you could do this one in Wraithbone for a slightly warmer tone, but I think they work better when they're a little bit colder. And the colour we're going to be using first is some Skeleton Horde. And we're going to be applying this over the top of the wood of the shield, like this. And what we're also going to do is we're going to apply this over the top of the trim of that kind of top shirt. We're going to apply this over the top of the kind of this bit. So we want to make sure we get in here and do the back side of the wood as well. Just like this. Like that. So there we go, that's the shields done. And then we're going to be applying this, as mentioned, over the top of these kind of lower bits. Like that sort of thing. And then over that trim, just like that. With that done, just whilst we're waiting for it to dry, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Black Legion. I'm going to apply this over the top of the inside area of this shirt. Like this sort of thing. We're going to apply this over the top of the trim on the shield, over the top of the boots, but not the leather parts of the boots, and we're going to apply this to the trousers and any other details that you wish to be black. So with that Black Legion all applied, I have actually done it to the trim of the bottom trouser, well, bottom kind of half of the cloth as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to take some Gore-Grunta Fur. I'm going to apply this over the top of all of his leather details. So with that done, what we're now going to do is we're going to add some shades. And it seems like a weird time to do it, but we do need to get these fabrics down to where we want them to be. And we're going to actually start with the fabric, the skeleton horde areas, including the shield. And the colour we're going to be using to shade them is Casandora Yellow. Just like that sort of thing. So with that Casandora Yellow applied, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some Nuln Oil. We're going to use this to shade our black trim up here. And we're going to use this to shade the black fabric. But what we're also going to do here is we're going to use the Nuln Oil over the top of the diamond on the shield facing. So with that done, I did change my mind a little bit about that back of the shirt just down there. I've done that in black as well, rather than yellow, kind of just add a little bit more kind of variation in there. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take some Fyreslayer Flesh here. I'm going to use this to paint in the face. The hands. And we're going to use this to shade our Gore-Grunta Fur. So for example, just here. So with that now done, what we do is we take some Wyldwood and we're going to apply this to the wood of the weapon. So with that all done, our final base coat is going to be some thinned down Iron Warriors. And we're going to apply this over the top of all of our metallic details. This is all the armour, the actual fighting part of the weapon. All of that good stuff. So with that done, we're now going to shade all of that silver using some Nuln Oil. So with that done, you don't have to do this, this is optional, but what you can do is you can take a little bit of Agrax Earthshade and towards the top of the shield, you can just add this in. just down to around about there. And like I said, this is entirely optional, but you get this kind of gradient down through the yellow. So with that done, our Greywater Fastness Steelhelm is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready. And they're looking pretty cool. However, we're not going to leave it there. Of course not. We're going to take it to the next level, and we're going to do this by adding some highlights. Now the first one is going to be some thinned down Screaming Skull. And we're going to use this to highlight all of our yellow details. So what we want to do is we want to do some really nice kind of little narrow highlights on the wood. Just picking out the grain. Like that sort of thing. And similarly on the clothes, what we're looking to do is we're looking to just pick out any tiny little folds, such as this one, just here. On that trim, we can just pick out the sharpest points. Like that. And then once that's done, we'll come back. So with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Administratum Grey, and we're going to use this to highlight the trim on the shield. And with that done, we're then going to finish off the shield by taking some Corax White and using that to pick out the rivets and the edges. So with that all done, the shield is now finished. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Dark Reaper. I'm going to use this now to highlight all of our remaining black details. And so with all that Dark Reaper applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Russ Grey. I'm going to apply this to the sharpest points in all of our black details. So with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to highlight all of the silver using some thinned down Ironbreaker. So with that done, all that's left to do is the face and hands, and what we're going to do is we're going to take some thin down Flayed One Flesh. I'm going to use this to highlight the facial features and the knuckles and things like that. And with that done, we're then going to take some Black Legion and we're going to apply this over the top of the eyeballs. So with that Black Legion all applied, the last thing to do is to take a little teeny tiny dot of Screaming Skull, apply this in the corners, of the eyeballs. So with the base complete, our Greywater Fastness Steelhelm is now finished, and I think it looks really, really good. I quite like the idea of a more martial Cities of Sigmar force, rather than that kind of more militia-y style. This is a really nice one that comes together really well. That subtle yellow combined with that really kind of nice impactful black. It's just really, really cool. A really nice scheme and I love it. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to support me a little bit further, you absolutely can do. Head over to patreon.com/Warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And you can also become a YouTube channel member, just like this incredible bunch of folks scrolling up on the screen before you. There's a hell of a lot of you, and well, I can't do this without you. YouTube and Patreon, you guys absolutely keep the lights on and make all of this worth it. Thank you so much to all of you for everything you do. And if you really like this video and you just want to shoot me a little thanks, you can click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.